Gonna call this Andre After Dark.
Oh God.
We Andre After Dark. Live from the 718 where everything is great. I got my homie with me, Dora the Explorer. Randy
Here,
was good. Yo. So
what's
yo, I
popping?
was
I hope
thinking
you can.
about something. Huh?
No,
What you
I hope
saying?
you can hear me good. Look,
No, I
I'm
hear
not
you
as
real good.
I'm not as
No, I hear you real
privileged
good.
currently as you are, but I'm excited to be here. So thank you
Nah,
for inviting me to this evening spiritual.
yes sir. We're gonna have some fun with this one. We got some real fun with this one. All right, we got Christina
Hello.
in the building too.
Love and
Hi.
light, Christina. How are you?
Same goes to you. I'm doing well, thank you. How's it going?
Oh, I'm blessed, girl, and happy. Thank
That's
you.
it. She
Excellent,
blessed.
excellent.
Nothing less than guess when she dressed. All right,
Oh,
so
wow. Okay.
all right, so in this episode, this is the first inaugural episode of Andre After Dark. The
Ooh.
Lord put something on my heart with this whole. I was just thinking at the gym. I was saying, would Lizzo exist if Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and like Nicki Minaj didn't? And here's my premise, right? Lizzo has no problem showing ass and tits and vagina and the inside of her thighs of her vagina
I have to check out that
and
video.
and she's twerking. Yeah, I got DMG about to come on soon. He's gonna be our technical guy since
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at the studio with our session. But
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing, right? So I really want to pose this question. Why? Because you two late, and this is why I wanted women with me on this
Mm-hmm.
episode. Because you ladies understand that I think for the most part, before like Little Kim and Foxy Brown came in the game, there was
Mm-hmm.
always something considered as proper decor for women in public, right? The way you sit. Remember when you was a little girl, you go to school,
Hmm.
cross your legs a certain way.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
absolutely.
Don't sit like this, right? And and I'm thinking something, right? This is my premise from that. Never before, and then y'all could all correct me if y'all wrong, DMG included. All, but never before have you seen a bigger woman, right, flaunt her goodies as you would see the more, I don't want to say in shape, but the more medium sized to smaller woman, right? So before Madonna
Hmm.
we had Cher, and before Cher we had Marilyn Monroe, right? We had women that were sex symbols,
People
and they're
think she was very
But
risque,
go
Marilyn
ahead,
Monroe,
but
go
I'm
back
gonna
in
ahead.
the
keep.
day.
Could I jump in, Dre?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So right, so all the sex symbols that have existed, amongst women or whatever throughout the time, you have women like all the women you named, plus some,
Right,
with Eartha
right.
Kitt,
Uh huh.
Eartha Kitt.
one of
Uh huh.
I remember learning about Josephine Baker real early.
Josephine
So I
Baker,
think
right.
here this is
Yep.
a historical conversation, because when you look at the times now, everything, like, they are so hell bent on us having access to all this stuff, that, remember, during those times, you had to go looking for that stuff.
That's right.
Now you don't really
That's
gotta go
right.
look to see Lizzo's butt cheeks. Why, I love her. I love how she loves her body. But what I will say is that I think that we as women, the conversation about what it really means to be a woman, because a lot of that, like, I got, like, we've had this conversation before,
Yeah.
where it was a span in my life where city girls kind of served a purpose. But even in
Mm.
that small purpose that it served in my life, I
Right.
understood that it was still just entertainment, because while they was telling me to get money and, only suck his whatever for
Lord
money,
Jesus.
they was in love, getting married and engaged.
Right. Right. Right.
So
so
Well,
when
did
here.
it
Go ahead.
really
Go ahead,
so when
serve
you
Christina.
me to
when
really listen to City Girls? Absolutely not. For a multitude of reasons. Oh, I'm
Right.
finished. Go ahead. Yeah,
Well.
so
somebody else.
so so do you
Hello?
mean like forget her size, right? So are we not for a second talking about her size. Just what
We are
is
talking about her size.
no. But
Oh,
when
I'm
she
not
said
talking
you know,
about her size. I
we
don't
should
care.
we should
Like,
think
I
about
love that she loves her
wi-
body the way it is.
women in general.
Right.
Like, is that something? Listen, didn't they do the same thing? Didn't they shame with first of all with J Lo and Shakira and
Right. But this is
with
the
Adam
here's the
Levine,
thing.
right? And he was half naked, but then they thought, you know, well, J Lo's too old. Like, that wasn't even good enough.
Right, but here's the thing. I think you're missing a point, right? Once again, um, let's be honest, and DMG can jump in after I say this, right? As men, you know how men are, right? Men have their taste just like women have their taste, right? But if you
Hmm.
give a man the option of seeing a naked, maybe Megan, or a naked, maybe Cardi, or even J Lo, right? Let's just look at J Lo, right? Or a naked J Lo. They're gonna want to see that way before they want to see a naked Lizzo. Now, obviously, there's going to be men who are attracted to Lizzo, right? I was talking to Obsession earlier today. He said he had a person in his life that was one of his blood members of his family that he said
I'm about to say, I know
is
somebody that only date big girls.
that that's exactly what
Hmm.
he said. He said that exclusively date
Yes,
over.
exclusively dates big, and honestly, they're beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I guess the point could be argued that health wise, but you know,
Mm.
that's for them to figure out.
Right, right, and that's the thing, right? So
So
my
Lizzo's
question.
not she's not meeting the traditional
Listen,
looks.
this my problem. The way I came up with this premise is this. My problem with this situation is that Lizzo will show her butt or twerk, and then half of the people laugh at her, and half of the people cheer on, and then she cries at the half of the people that laugh at her. But like, you know, you're putting yourself on display, right? Same thing when she
Mm.
spread her legs, spread eagle on stage, and you seen like that burnt rubber look on both sides of her inner thighs, right? Like, listen, like, who wants? I'm not saying who wants to see it, but somebody don't want to see all that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I'm like I said, you know me. I call it down the middle. I'm not judging her. I'm not. And if
So what if
DMG
you
wants to
saw
share his screen, you could
what
put
if
up
we
something up there too. Go ahead.
what if we saw all that and she was like Cardi B, or she was like Megan Thee Stallion? Like,
And what if
what if you got to see that, you know?
okay? And what if I was 6'8" with an 18-inch penis? She's not, right? She's a big girl,
Right.
right? If it's were fishes, the world would be an ocean. So
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about the reality of things. The reality of things is don't twerk those butt cheeks in front of my face and then half of the world laugh and then I got to see you cry on Instagram the next day. And the reason, and so people, what my premise is, right? If these other women that are not as big, and I'm not big shaming, but if these other women are not as big, are able to do it and be celebrated and revered, right? Does that give her the confidence to say, I'm gonna let these big butt cheeks out just like you let your medium butt cheeks out? Does that, you understand where I'm coming from?
I
I mean,
think
I
she's
guess
not.
You gotta
I think she's
understand that,
not meeting
Christina.
the 100%. I do, but I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But I think part of the issue is she doesn't fit the mold of what is appealing. And then there are people who don't like what Cardi B does or what Megan Thee Stallion does. They think it's too much. There are people
So,
there are
so,
people that not necessarily for how they look,
uh,
at all, but just what they do and what they sing and what they say.
all right. So look at the screen. So DMG shared his screen, right?
Okay.
And you see we got some Lizzo love for y'all to be
Yeah.
And
part right now.
so what I want to say is this. So you look at this
Go ahead.
image, right?
Yes, sir.
This
We do.
to me,
Mm-hmm.
this is a beautiful girl.
It
Uh,
is.
and I if I'm choosing, if I wouldn't have any issue choosing her. And this is why. So I'm 280 now, but at
Right.
one point I was 350 plus pounds.
Right.
So I'm never gonna shame a woman for being a particular weight.
Right.
But when I was 350 plus pounds and even at 280, with my slightly overhanging stomach. When I was 350, my much overhanging stomach, I wasn't walking around with my shirt off either.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? So
You tell me you ain't have a pair of Hoochie Daddy shorts at
I did not.
350?
I did not. And
Okay.
so my point is this. You gotta keep the same energy, because if you not Beyonce and
Right.
and you just gotta you gotta live with that. Just like I ain't Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Right.
So
right.
I'm not LL Cool J.
Right.
I'm not mad if somebody see me with my shirt off
Right.
and they like, damn son, you know what you got going on? I'm not mad that they calling out the fact that I ain't LL.
Right.
Biggie embraced who he was.
Yes, sir. Black and ugly as ever. However, I stayed Coogee down to the socks. That's what
Exactly.
he said.
Heartthrob never.
Right.
Black and ugly as ever. However,
Yes,
and
sir.
so be free, but Biggie never got upset when somebody compared him to Pac and called Pac a sex symbol.
Facts.
So if you're gonna put yourself out there, don't be upset when they compare you to Beyonce, Cardi B, and Meagan Thee Stallion.
Right. And don't cry either, right? Like, don't cry once you twerk for the world to see, and half the world doesn't like it. I don't want to see you cry about that either.
If Rick Ross
I
can
definitely.
go on stage with it, real quick, if Rick Ross can go out on stage with his shirt off,
now
next to
that point, Ray,
Drake and Meek Mill, then she can go out there, and if she gonna do this, she can go out there and do what she do without crying when somebody say something about her weight.
Right. 100%.
You can't pose for this picture and then
that's what I'm talking about. Look at all that.
I don't disagree with that. One not like that's 100%.
Yeah, look at all that.
And I think that's a beautiful picture. But like you said, now I wouldn't have went on.
Don't laugh, Andre.
I feel like her team should have held her down a little bit better than that. But you know what I'm saying, like that. But we gotta remember too that this program, for real, that's the truth. Her team should stop her from that, because now one of my friends would let me post a video of me crying, and I'm nobody. Don't nobody know who I am. And now one of my friends would let me post a video on social media crying. Not
100%.
So she was OD with that. But again, that's
she's done it. She's done it more than she's done it.
Where people do stuff like that, and then it's feel bad for me.
That's a misuse of social media,
I'm the
in my
victim.
opinion.
And it's like, ain't no victims here. You posted that picture.
Facts.
Like, you posted that picture. I've never seen a video of her crying. I mean, you know how I do with social media. Like, I'm literally on social media for kicks and giggles. She's made at least two videos. Wild if that's how it went down.
But she's made over two videos where she's basically felt like. But she's made over two videos where she's pretty much said that she feels like her acceptance is not the same as others, and we get it. Like, I get it. But it's like,
what do you mean? Her acceptance is not the same as others. Meaning,
Cardi B could pop it, can twerk it. Think about this: the difference between the picture that he has up right now, right?
Yeah, but
and a Cardi B picture, right? And a Cardi B picture is like, those dudes would be drooling. But let's just say someone like Meagan, right? If Meagan was to pose like that, it would literally be like, what was that? What was that magazine that used to be owned by Slam? Was it? Well, I mean, owned by Double XL. They had this one magazine that it was in the same company that they used to show black women every month. And that picture right there, if it was somebody who is considered a sex symbol, is going to be revered, right? Mm-hmm. But for her, it's like, yo, get this thing out of here. And I think that's why I asked the question: would she have the confidence of doing that if other female rappers and singers, because they've done it before, right, would have, you know what I'm saying? If they didn't do it, she wouldn't want to do it.
Not at all. Not because you look at this picture. Beautiful.
On Vogue. Wow.
Look
So
at that.
That's a beautiful picture.
you see what I
Beautiful.
mean?
She's
So
on Vogue magazine.
I'm
Facts.
never gonna shame the sister for doing what you do. Just own it. Don't cry when people
Right. Right.
like again, if Rick Ross came out and cried that when Drake take off his shirt, don't nobody
Right.
get him.
Right,
We
right,
be
right,
killing them.
right, right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yep.
we got to keep the same energy. You a beautiful girl. You proud of your body. Stand on it.
100%.
Right.
Big facts.
100%.
Big facts.
It's men who everybody got their preference, ma. It's men who love BBWs, super BBWs. You winning out here. Stand on it. But to answer the question, no, she wouldn't have the confidence to do what she do had it not been for the Cardi
I
B,
agree.
Meagan, the Stallions.
I
Just
agree.
like they wouldn't have the energy. I mean the confidence to do what they do if it wasn't for Lil Kim on that hardcore poster squatting down.
Right.
So it's
Right.
always
And don't forget when she did
Yo.
that, like she was ran through the
But
ringer.
that's the
Say
that's
it,
the
Randy, you going in and out.
reality of this whole thing.
What's the reality? Because you're going in and out. That might be her mic. Yeah.
That's the reality of this whole thing. Like,
You got a little lag. Randy, you got a little lag, I think. You might want to come back out and come back in. There we go.
So
Let me see.
is she totally confident, or she's insecure and that's why she's posing like that?
I think
Which
it's
one is
both.
it?
I think
Or a little
she's
bit of
I
both.
think she's totally insecure and totally confident at the same time. And I think she wants to feel validated, right? Because think about it. If she feels like her music is just as good as other people's music, and her celebrity is just as big as other people's celebrity, her star is big as anyone else's star, why can't I show my booty? Why can't I show my breasts? Why can't I go to the Lakers game with some sheer leggings on and pop my big butt in front of everybody while they trying to watch the game? Yo, I just think that she felt. That's why I say now. But this is the flip side to that coin, right? It's like I said, if none of these other women that are more socially accepted for their figure was doing it, would she exist and would she do it? You understand?
I guess not to that point.
Right.
I don't think so. I think that paved the way.
That paved the way, because at the end of the day, I can't tell. Because think about it. I remember Kevin Samuels used to go in on her a lot. But then when you think about it, I can't tell Lizzo not to do that when there's songs called Wet Ass Pussy.
Of course.
Yo,
Right?
some real
If
shit.
there's a song called Wet Ass
Yeah,
Pussy,
for real.
I can't tell
There's
her.
a video.
Right.
Yo, I watched.
Yeah.
Listen, I was in a
That's some
club.
video.
I was in a club and the video came on. I knew about the song, but I had never really seen the video, really paid attention. So I'm just standing there looking at this big ass screen, listening to them words, and I'm like, yo, this shit is like soft porn at this point.
Yo.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and if there's a song like that that's socially accepted and sung by women, young and old, because it is, right? How can we tell Lizzo not to be butt naked with her legs spread wide open,
and that's the thing,
showing
right?
tar stains on her legs?
That's
You can't.
the thing. You can't. And as I'm saying this shit, I'm thinking about all the songs that I've listened to and some of my favorite songs, and I'm probably gonna listen to tomorrow when I'm on my way to work. So with that being said, because let me tell you something, on my way to work some mornings, I'm possibly going to the track. I'm never going there, but
you going to the trap via the album, right?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like what you do. Like she gonna do what she do. But what I will say 100% is you can't cry about it. You understand? Like don't nobody want to hear that shit. You did it. You did it. I don't know what you thought was gonna come of it, but
you did it, right? Yeah,
I mean, but typically, you know,
Go ahead.
the public makes fun of or is very critical
100%.
of
100%.
people who are heavier, especially women. So, I mean, I remember what they say things about Kelly Clarkson or Adele or,
I used to
you
like
know what I'm
Kelly
saying?
Clarkson.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's a certain standard that Lizzo's not meeting. Because if Lizzo looked like, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I agree.
But I think they did pave the way for her. Definitely.
But
Yeah, I agree.
I also
Go
think,
ahead, DMG.
I also think that if, like I said, if somebody with my frame, not my frame, but with my shape was posing like Tyson Beckford, similar conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like, and even probably even more so. So or as much. Like if Rick Ross or Biggie when he was alive, not Fat Joe, but Big Pun,
Okay.
Heavy D.
There you go, Heavy D. In any
Love him.
I had a dumb crush on Heavy D.
Love him.
The actor from Mike and
Yo,
Molly.
hold that thought, DMG. Randy had a crush on Heavy D, but then like Fat Andre. Ain't that a listen?
You was short.
I'll just play
You
with
were
you.
short, Andre.
She said I was short. Yo, she said I was short. Hold on. Hey, yo.
Yo, check this out, y'all. All right.
Yo.
No, let me tell this story, Dre. Don't do that.
Yo,
do
she
it.
she wanted Heavy D and then want Fat A.
Listen, all right. Could I tell my story?
I'll just play. Go ahead.
Could I tell my story?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I am 5'10".
Right.
My feet grew with my age. They stopped at 11. So at 11, I was like 5'8".
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Tall.
I was tall. So it wasn't that you was fat, Dre. It was just that you was short.
Right. Okay. So if I had lifts in my
That's
shoes,
my
I could have.
Because I like fat dudes.
I lifted my shoes.
Listen, you have the my mother's, God rest her soul, her ultimate crush, Barry White. Not a thin man.
Yeah, but he also was like sung R&B. This one R&B was the music of the women, right? You sing it, Graws fall off.
You know, you a hustler, so you know how to get money.
Yeah. But cool, and that's the thing, and that's and that's cool, right? Women have their taste just like men have their taste, but we also know, like we spoke about yesterday, y'all, when we were talking about was Irv Gotti wrong. We also know that like where Irv made his mistake is when losing Ashanti is that he's forgot somewhere down the road that Irv, the only reason why you had Ashanti is because you had money. Because you and I both know if you put 10 women in the room with Nelly and Irv and both of them have money, 10 of them is going with Nelly. And if you put 10 women in the room and Irv got money and Nelly don't, then guess what? At least 5 to 6 is still going to go with Irv.
But
so
Irv,
why are you mad that?
Because how many years ago was that? You still talking about that? Yo.
Randy, man, listen. Randy, listen. There's something in this world called good vagina. And obviously Ashanti had it for him to where this man 20 years later is still bringing up.
What do you call it?
That wet.
She had it. I want to. I kind of want to learn that trick now.
Yeah, man.
Mine wasn't that good.
Yeah, for Lord Jesus.
I'm divorced, and I got broken up with twice in a text message. That's another story.
What? Yo, you know what? Since we have two women on the panel, tonight, who goes who more? Men or women?
I think women. Women will ghost more than a man.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you.
But men do some of the worst things too.
That's going to be a part of a show that we'll probably do on Andre After Dark, where we talk about how men change when they get what they want, and how women change when they don't get what they want. Because
Mm.
men usually ghost a woman when they go through, when they gotta walk barefoot on glass, run through run through the project, through gunshots. You
Or
know,
they're afraid to even have to consider doing that for the woman. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Mm.
I got ghosted by a dude, and me and this dude was rocking out. And I told him from the door, like, yo, if this ain't really what you want, I'm cool. Let me know.
right?
Yep.
Few months down the line, whatever happened in his story changed, but he never let me in on the story.
Yep.
And then that was that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool, it's cool. It is what it is, but like that's and so I think added to what you're saying, not to cut you off, sorry, but added to what you're saying, that it sometimes it don't even be a woman expecting them to do all this extra extravagant, ridiculous things. It really be real simple stuff. Keep your word. I didn't
Right.
say to do this. This is what you said. So yeah, now that you said it, I'm gonna hold you accountable to it.
Yes, I agree to that. Definitely.
So I feel like a
No one
lot of
asked you to
times,
say that, but you're saying it, so now it's a thing because you said it.
exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So I feel like a lot of times, and I feel like men deal with that too. Women, we do that to men, where we won't really say exactly what we want. We'll dance around it or sugarcoat it, or like you said, we'll change to kind of, I guess, match the dude's energy. You know what I'm saying? Or like, or really invested in his likes and wants to the point where you don't even know what you want no more.
Mm.
Interesting.
The truth is, see, women love to tell you that men are cold-hearted, men do terrible
Uh oh.
things,
Ooh.
etc. Right? But
Yep.
this is the truth. A woman
Mm-mm.
will turn her back on a man
Woo, woo.
with the
Preach.
swiftness
Oh,
and have
thank you,
another
Jesus.
man in the blink of an eye. And
Man.
I've seen this thing occur so many times and had it done so many times that it's like, so I'll give you a prime example. Family member of mine. Everybody in my family, minus me, had an issue with her husband.
Mm,
Uh,
mm, mm, mm.
brother was a nightclub manager, popular nightclub. She met him at this nightclub, and because popular man, popular club, obviously some things had occurred and could continue to occur. So she didn't want him working at that job because he heard about her and got tired of the complaints and ultimately he quit and took
Mhm.
a job, went from a nightclub manager to a cleaner at a janitorial service, kind of like the one I own, Andre.
Right,
He
right, right.
he was one of those type of workers, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm.
a mighty big fall for
Yo.
for an individual
Mm-hmm.
like that.
And yo, my man, look, what DMG? What's your is DMG?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? So bust it. I don't understand how women like that get men like that.
Yep.
Because I get the men that are like the women you're talking about. I bought my ex-husband, I think I bought him 2 cars.
Yep.
This is a woman of God. Get a Lord a hand
You
clap for
understand me?
Randy.
Right,
Get a
right.
I
Lord a hand
so
clap.
listen, so when it cut, like, that's why I guess
Hallelujah.
that's kind of like when we had these types of conversations, I just be like, yo, like, so where did I go wrong in this
But,
situation?
but,
Because
but,
I
but wait,
and then this the thing, right?
how
I
they
would
say
never fix my face to ask no man to leave his job because he making money there.
Can
right?
you imagine
Woman
the
of God,
craziness?
this
Who
is.
would
This is
do
a woman
that?
of
How they
God.
say
I
it,
can't
Woman
even
of
imagine.
That's
God.
wild. That's
but
crazy.
but but wait, there's more. So now you fast forward a few years into the marriage. That nightclub manager money is different than janitorial service money.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
So,
That's it.
so she on him about finding a better job, but he like, I had a better job.
Mm.
You know,
Yo, he better run.
this is the brother.
Hey, hey, Randy, if you don't want to work for Luther's janitorial,
He better run.
so this is a brother who had been away for let's say street pharmaceuticals. So his job aspirations wouldn't as he didn't have as many opportunities as say I would. So and so it began, the financial side of it began to take a toll. And so I remember this like yesterday. Now this is a woman who, her two sons, she had been arguing with them. This is her husband. Don't say nothing to her about him. This is, my father, her brother, and other family members. This is my husband, nephew. You bet. This is my. Okay, hey, auntie, I'm with you, right? So now, I remember that we in December, and she this is what she's saying. She giving me all these examples of how he a good dude. She don't know why they coming at her about him, and yeah, they didn't have.
Keep talking mess about him.
Exactly. So now, again, remember I said December. So I get a call in February. Hey, why don't you go somewhere with your uncle? Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So me and him hit this little spot. Everybody in the area I'm from familiar with it. We go over there. She didn't say why she wanted me to go, but he talking to me. That's my man. So I get back, and then the next couple of weeks, she asked me to do the same thing. I'm like, Auntie, what's up? Auntie done found her a little friend.
Uh-oh. Ooh, Lord.
An ex-football playing little friend, right? And so I'm the distraction. And I'm like, man, but this my aunt, so.
Nah, don't involve me.
Exactly.
Not involve me in your reindeer games.
That's what I should have said, but I was a younger man, and so now again, December to February, I'm giving you the timetable. December, don't say nothing about my husband.
Right.
This is February. She got a little friend. By the middle of April, now the narrative is starting to change. Memphis comes. Everybody familiar with Memphis in May. It's a big thing for those people who from St. Louis. Memphis ain't that far away. Cool spot to go down to and kick it. Memphis comes. Everybody getting ready to go to Memphis in May. He calls me and he like, you talk to your aunt? I'm like, no, I ain't talked to her. I had. So he like, yeah, I'm calling her. She ain't answering her phone. I'm like, okay. So I call her. I'm like, Auntie, you good? Yeah, nephew, I'm in Memphis with her little friend. I'm like, oh, I say, calling me. I just want him out of my house. I'm like, oh. Now keep in mind.
Sir, that lady is all types of messy.
You got you a little friend. I'm not expecting you to all of a sudden just the dude who you saying don't talk about, that's your man, etc. Now you want him out your house.
Want him out your house, man.
That woman is messy.
And when I tell you, it got real bad, and they obviously went their separate ways, and then I use her as a cautionary tale because the dude who she ended up basically leaving her husband for,
if you've ever seen a Tyler Perry movie, you know how this story ends.
It played out.
If you ever seen a Tyler Perry movie,
you hear me? And so you know how Kanye say, and when he get on, she helped him get his pension from the NFL, and then he literally left her for a white girl. In fact, and I'm not bullshit. She helped him get his pension, and he dipped out.
Listen,
Good for
hey,
her. Good for her.
listen,
Lord forgive me, but that's the truth.
listen, yo, Randy crazy. Lord, forgive her,
But,
Father.
but I said all that to say, she literally went from I defend this man against anybody to I want him out of my house in a matter of months. I've seen her friend, this same woman's best friend, had a guy in jail. She telling anybody that stepped to her, yeah, my man in jail, I'm waiting for him, this and that. The man she waited a year for this man to get out of jail so they could get back rocking. He gets out of jail, and he
that's
got into
where she went wrong.
Yeah. Hey, listen. So this man gets out of jail. They rocking. She waited a year for him to get out of jail. He gets out. They rocking. She meet another dude at a club. They talking. Homeboy that got out of jail finds out. And next thing you know, like I literally seen her with the dude that got out of jail at the spot we all used to go to.
Wow.
And within 2 weeks, I see her with the new dude.
Whoa.
At the spot.
Shit, I'm lost now. I don't even.
Randy said she lost.
I'm rapping with her, and I'm asking her like, "Hey, what happened to homeboy? You waited a year for dude to get?" She was like, "I mean, when he got out, he didn't want to do nothing. He was tripping, this and that." I'm like, "So who was dude?" She's like, "I met him at such and such, and we was just talking and blah blah blah." And,
yeah. So could I jump in, DMG?
And I'm like, damn, you was just you.
Yo,
hey,
listen,
so,
it be like that, man. But go ahead, Randy.
Real quick, sis. Last thing I want to say. I've had this done to me. I've seen this done. A woman will stop taking your phone calls, ignore you. You calling, blowing her up. She got a whole dude on her arms, and I'm saying that to say that's exactly what these two women did. And I've seen women when they done with you, they done with you.
That's a fact.
We try to keep them around.
We do.
If nothing else, to have that option to fall back on.
100%.
And our ego can't take it when they got another dude. So we really start pursuing. They will cut you off cold, stone cold turkey like it ain't nothing and get another dude.
All right, so I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna not be long winded so everybody could jump in, right?
Yeah, take your time. Ain't no rush.
Yo, so
take your time.
First, your aunt is on some real live hoe shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yo, what's going on with this?
No, I don't even know if I can curse, even if I can.
Yeah, you could. Go ahead.
So she on some hoe shit. So I feel like the type of women primarily that do stuff like that, they be on some hoe shit. Now, wow, I would never go to that level of whatever it is because I don't know that woman, so I ain't gonna sit here and talk about her business because I don't know her. But I know when I was on some whole shit, absolutely, I'm not taking your call. But I never misled any man to believe that it was anything other than what it was. But again, that's when I was on that flex. So my point is that everything that woman was doing, she just wasn't being truthful with herself. That's why she experiencing that. She gonna keep experiencing all types of madness and heartbreak because that's what she creating for herself. So like, I feel like now, when you get to a certain level or a certain space in your life, you got to start to understand that how you moving is gonna bring to you exactly how you moving. So if you running around here telling lies and lying about everything that you doing with a man, woman, however, because a lot of times women, we think is everything you saying that woman did, women do, and they terrible for it. And hopefully, I feel like if you could change your perspective and just understand that how you moving is gonna bring right back to you exactly how you moving, you will move differently. And so now, like, the type of men I used to attract, I don't attract them type of men no more because that's not how I move. So at this point, if you in my experience as a man, as a love interest, you gotta be on cloud 19 because that's where I'm at, and you gotta like heights.
In other words, Andre, you can't be short.
Nah, not that you can't be sure. You gotta get to where I'm at. Like it's really, it really boils down to that, and it's that simple. People be out here moving wild and expecting people, you know, thinking you ain't gonna get back what you giving. You getting exactly what you giving.
Well, I look at it like this, right? You know, Christina, don't say anything, but you know, there's two things on my dad used to say. You meet a woman, look at her wrist. If she got a watch on, she ain't for you because there's a clock on the stove. And if she's where she's supposed to be,
You
she'll know what
stupid.
time it is. The second thing he said, right, that is very important is that he said, Andre, if you ever marry a woman or move in with a woman, look at every room in the house and find that suitcase she has her stuff packed for when she gonna leave you when times get hard. Because there's always one suitcase packed. He said, I don't care if you go in the bathroom, the living room. He said, look under every bed, shoe closet. That woman of yours is going to have a suitcase packed when it's time for her to leave when things get hard.
But that's a false premise because your mother wasn't your mother with your father.
Times ain't never got hard. They both work. And as my dad used to say, you used to see him, Randy used to say, I keep clothes in your mouth and food on your back. That woman ain't going nowhere. And you know, my dad, he understood the key of love is to discipline your woman at home when no one is looking, so she can't leave, right? Take a hanger to her leg,
You're such
women, women in the when women wear their little suit pants and stuff, you just take a hanger. You know, cops you can't call that abuse. Cops can't see the whelps under your leg with a hanger. So he understood how to keep her at bay. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
I'm sorry, Christine, if that hits too close to home, but that's just love. But yeah, I think me and Christina talk about this all the time, and I'm glad Randy admits it, and I'm glad DMG gave us that beautiful story because women ghost men more than men ghost women. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a fact. And Mumu said they would exist because their music is same. What we're talking about, Mumu, is her random acts of lewdness, right? Would Lizzo, Mumu, act like that if Cardi B and Meagan didn't act like that? Basically saying, well, these women that men do find sexy, for the most part, right? We're just talking about in numbers, find sexy. Does that give her kind of like the ammunition, right? To say, look, I'm gonna show my ass cheeks. I'm gonna show my breasts. You understand what I'm saying, Mumu? So that's where we coming from with that. You feel me? That's where we coming from with that.
I think because everything's out there on social media and the internet, I think everyone thinks that they can and should do whatever they want, but and ideally, they can logistically, but I don't know. I think, personally, I think just because you can doesn't mean you should at times.
I get that. That makes listen.
But she has every right to do whatever she wants to do. But like you guys were saying, I do agree. Then you can't cry. You got to be.
Yo, there's if DMG wants to pull it up, if he could share his screen, he could just type in Lizzo crying.
I don't want to see that girl crying.
You don't want to see the girl crying? What's wrong? Lord have mercy, Jesus.
It's like, my therapist has told me something very valuable, and I share it with everybody I can. When you ask a question, you have to be ready for both answers. The answer you want and the answer you don't want, right? So you have to, and if you're not ready for both of those answers, right, do not ask the question. So in the same way, when I feel like when she puts herself out there like that, you want to be ready for the people who adore you, but you got to be ready for the people who don't.
That's my whole point. That's my whole point.
Or else cover up or get some tougher skin, because you're gonna get that. You're gonna get both.
Yeah, I mean that's the net of it, right? Like, look, this was before Randy knew me, right? You know me, I am 100% transparent about my transgressions and the silly decisions I made fashion wise, right? I was very impressionable at a very young age, and I was chubby, as Randy know. I was a big boy, right? My first grade year, I did something that I wouldn't prescribe any kid in any age of school to do. They're not gonna do it now because I'm not gonna say it. Let me not assume. But I did something, right? I was at home and I was watching music videos. I used to watch Video Music Box, and I used to watch Yo on TV Raps, right? And you know what it made me do one day? I went to school, my chubby self, in some biking shorts. Hey Randy, hey Randy, don't laugh. Hey Randy, don't laugh because your boy James Gas kept wearing them after they went style, if you remember. But we ain't gonna get into that. But I came to school in biking shorts, my fat self. And Randy knows our substitute teacher. Her name was Miss Bowman. Miss Bowman looked at me and said, "Ooh," and I knew then I made a bad mistake.
Oh my goodness. Trey.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can see it. Screen. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. Let me add to stream. There you go. There you go. Look at Lizzo. Go ahead.
I don't want to see that. Oh, let me see.
Singer Lizzo is in tears.
I feel so down. I worked so hard.
She says she's being fat-shamed and the target of racist comments on social media after the debut of her new video, Rumors. It's a collaboration with the pregnant Cardi B. She's now addressing the comments head-on.
It's pathologic. It's racist and it's hurtful.
Ironically, lyrics in the song filled with body shaming. Wearing a wig cap, she shares her pain.
It's like it doesn't matter how much positive energy you put into the world, you're still gonna have people who have
Fair use. Fair use.
something they need to say about you.
Lizzo couldn't hide her sadness.
Fair
I
use.
worked so hard.
I gotta say it. Yo, Randy is crazy. Yo, I can't.
Yo, I'm so sorry.
Listen, Randy, but this illustrates my point. And thanks, Moo. I'm glad you understand where we coming from with it. But this illustrates my point. Right? That's what illustrates my point. It's like you gonna show it all and then cry when you get it all back.
What were the racist comments?
I don't know about that. They probably call her everything from a bear. You know how people are. But she's laughing at my biking shorts, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Randy's still laughing at Miss Bowman going, ooh. So you know how that works.
Yo, check this out. This is why I don't know. I don't know if I'm built for to be in certain conversations anymore.
Why? Because you laughing at my biking shorts.
Yeah, I'm gonna come off real wild.
No, it's fine.
Cause that's ridiculous. Like, who is on her team? She need to fire them.
She needs. I
She
agree.
needs. I'm sorry, they gotta go. And I'm gonna tell y'all why they gotta go.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
Because the lifestyle that you live, you gotta understand that racism exists. How are you still? All the isms exist. Whatever ism you want to call it, it is all true. So how you be who you are and believe in what you believe in and tell people or show people how great your life is, and that bothered you? Come on, you gotta do better.
Well, racism exists, sexism exists, body shaming. Well, once again, so DMG said it best. Him and his wife can't reenact a Teddy Pendergrass album cover if he feels that he's not built like what Teddy P used to be, right?
Oh, do I love Teddy Pendergrass?
I know you do, Lord Jesus.
Oh my God.
But
goodness gracious.
Right.
Did you hear that moan?
I heard it. I heard.
She said,
Listen.
She did the Rick Ross.
Hey, DMG, hey, DMG. She cleared her throat. She didn't do the roll. She said, Hey,
Anyway.
DMG, she heard Teddy P name and got up and turned off the lights. But look, the thing is this though, right? Like DMG say, he can't do a Teddy Pendergrass photo shoot, you know, for his YouTube channel, right? Because he understands there's certain repercussions. But the difference is, if we go to the Nike store right now on 52nd Street, there's a big, beautiful woman section. I'll be damned if I go to the gym with some big, beautiful black man sweatpants. Like, they don't make, they don't have a section for men called big, beautiful women. You know where I'm coming from? So, yeah, like, it's totally different. It's a total different dynamic. And I think men are more built for that reality than women are. I just think women are not really built for that harsh, yo, this is what it is. This is how you look. You know, and like I say, I don't body shame. This is why, listen, I just told y'all that I wore biking shorts to school when I was chubby. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, I was smarter. Even though I was dumb enough to wear the biking shorts, I was smart enough to throw a pack of socks in there to make it look like I had reason to wear it, even in first grade.
Wow.
But the bottom line
In
is,
first grade.
listen, man, necessity is the key to invention. But that's my point. Like, we have to understand. Like, when I was chubby, I knew I was chubby. When I was fat, I knew I was fat. And that's the thing, you know. I don't, like I say, I don't fat shame, because then I would be the biggest hypocrite on this earth, and I know how I felt to be the outcast. I'll never forget in 7th grade, right? There was a girl, and Randy knows both of them. They walked up to me, and they were staring at me in Mr. Malsby class. It was Camille Gaston and Natalia Chandler. They were staring at me for 5 minutes, and I finally said, like, yo, what are y'all looking at? And I'll never forget, Natalia looked at Camille and said, wouldn't Andre be cute if he was skinny?
Oh man.
Oh wow. That was
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's
yo,
terrible.
these are the things that men,
Jesus.
these are, I know, right? Somebody need to give me charity vagina. But see, men, this is the thing that men have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I can't. First of all, it's not in me to pick on a woman, like just walk up and randomly pick on a woman about her weight. It's just not me, right? But men, I'm telling you, like, men, yeah, we're on the chopping block all the time. We are.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Me and my friends joke about this quite often, that women are much bigger creeps than men. I know I am when I'm in the gym. I can't speak for other women, but there's been times where I've been in the gym and I've had to catch myself like, yo, you're being a fucking creep. Stop.
Oh,
like,
Lord Jesus. How were you being a creep, Randy?
I mean, because sometimes the brothers being there looking good. I ain't even gonna front. Remember, I'm a single woman. I'm divorced. I'm divorced for 13 years now.
Divorced 13 years, ghosted twice, dumped on via text.
Exactly. Remember, you know,
she's gonna look at who she wants to look at. Enough is enough now.
That was my story. But no, I'm just saying, like, just joking around seriously, but not.
Right.
Women do give, not all women, but a lot of women. And I've heard, I could tell stories, but that's not what I do. I don't do that.
Right.
I want to tell a different story. So I try not to tell those stories anymore. But the point is to to your point and to DMG's point, that yeah, women do be out here moving real grimy. Like, we've all seen it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, as a woman that's seen it, you know, where it's never been in me to be malicious and dirty like that to anybody, period. And I feel like women that do stuff like that, that's their character. That's who they are. They that way even when people not paying attention.
I agree. That's their character. That's who they are as a human.
Character. So the men, while they're wrong for what they're doing to these men, but at the same time, these men got to take responsibility for what they allowing to happen to them.
That's true.
Not as a woman, I would never tell a man to leave his job to please my schedule of wanting to be around him. First,
is that the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life? I don't even understand that.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Any man, honestly, he don't stand 10 toes down on his own any fucking way. Cause ain't no man that I know would leave their good paying job to go lay up with a woman. Not
right.
telling you.
no men that I know.
You right.
That's right.
So
You
we
right.
got to keep it a buck too. The men got to be accountable to the fact of what some of they counterpart they kind is doing too.
I totally agree
You
with that.
choosing these bitches.
Yeah. Well, listen.
That's right.
Listen.
I always say this when a man or a woman complain about whether it's a baby daddy, an ex-husband,
Exactly.
a baby mama, a ex-girl, whatever it is, choose better. Because
big facts.
You want to talk about the dude now that y'all broken up as if you ain't know who he was when y'all was together.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
You tolerated it when y'all was together because he was giving you that 9.5 inch.
Ooh.
And she was giving you that wop.
Man, brothers got 9.5 out here.
My brother, that was my
chemistry was on point. But
that's how I got married.
Somebody loan me at least 3.
once that regular orgasm is out of the picture, the haze disappears.
Man,
so,
preach. He preaching now.
But we gotta be. I tell people all the time.
Randy had one just hearing it.
I tell people all the time. Sex is my religion. And
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah, Father.
Vagina is my God. But at the same
Father,
time,
Jesus.
you gotta think. When you're looking at a relationship, you're talking about a fully encompassed human being. So you gotta think beyond
the 9.5 inches, right? You have to go beyond that.
Yeah, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard.
To 10.5 inches. All right.
Once again, please somebody loan me 4, 5.
My reaction wasn't even to that. I was just agreeing with what he was saying. He preaching. That's facts. And the thing is, to avoid all of that, if you really just know what you want,
right,
you avoid all of that because now you know what you want. So them red flags that you would typically ignore, and I ain't saying every flag is a red flag. Some of them flags be pink. You could let that shit go.
Pink.
That's an awesome analogy. That's right.
But that red flag, that's the one you gotta check. And if you got to deal with that red flag after y'all checked it and y'all both agreed that shit got to stop or whatever it was, like in order for y'all to be successful together, now you got some questions to ask for yourself. It don't got shit because at the end of the day, I'm like when I got dumped twice in the text message. So now when he realized what he did, right now he texting me, sending me flowers, this, that, and the third. And so I'm like, listen, check this out. You don't got to do nothing different for me to be with you. You could be exactly who you want to be. Just, I am not it for you. Because the man that wants to be with me, he's not breaking up with me in a text message because that's disrespectful.
Facts.
He's going to come to me as a man and let me know, like, listen, this ain't working for me.
That's right.
I won't be confused about why he breaking up with me. I'm happy for him. I think he got married now, or I know he's getting married. And I'm really happy for him because I want you to be with who you should be with because it's not me.
Right. Nah, that makes sense. I mean, I just can't have DFG on the show no more because he making average little any beanie brothers like myself, got to live up to 9 inches. What?
We'll have another show about that. We're gonna have a show dedicated to that.
I ain't loaning none away.
Jesus, now we ain't helping each other out.
God bless your wife, sir.
Hey, yo, Randy, his wife got her gyno on speed.
Yo, God bless your wife. Seriously, God bless her.
Hey, 25 years, man.
Yeah,
good for you.
I think it's
good
beautiful.
for you. Beautiful.
I'm waiting for God to send me my 9 inches. I want him to have a beard, to be tall and dark skinned.
Randy, I'm gonna tell you like I tell every other woman, you're gonna get 2 inches by 3 minutes or 3 inches by 2 minutes. Pick one.
You a lie, because I already know my
I'm in the dog
my reality, so I don't know who you talking about, but I know
I'm talking to you. You gonna get
I
You
know
gonna
what I
get all
want. I
these
know
2
what's
inches.
coming. You can
Oh
say
my
whatever you
God.
want to say.
But let me say this,
I ain't
because
listening to that shit.
That's
and
right.
it's always a situation that can be like that whole, everybody say this simple little statement: the grass is not always greener.
It ain't.
And it's so true. And another prime example, this time with myself. My wife and I were separated for almost a year. And so, after a while, after it settled in that, okay, this ain't gonna be no easy fix, you just embrace that, all right, we separate.
Right.
And so you start seeing if the grass is greener on the other side.
It wasn't.
It not only was it not greener, most of them yards didn't even have grass in them.
You
Lord
better
have
preach
mercy.
DMG,
Lord
because
have
what I
mercy.
know for sure is I'm the greener grass, so that's why I ain't tripping
So,
over them. I know I'm the greener grass.
The
Like
grass
my
is
shit,
greener where
niggas might
when
have to
where you
ask,
water
is
it.
it sod or grass? Because I'm
Oh
definitely
my
the
God.
greener shit.
Yo, did she just say astroturf?
Okay, okay,
I'm trying to
I
tell you.
am. It is me.
So
The
you had I had a young lady I was spending time with, and I say it on my show all the time. Andre know I got a mental health situation. I have bipolar 2 disorder, and so I'm in a situation where I'm spiraling, and this young lady could care less about me, my mental health, or whatever.
Mhm.
I'm sleeping in my car and on my mother floor at times. My little brother happened to call my estranged wife and tell her, "Hey man, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's sitting by himself in the dark. He's sleeping in his car. He's sleeping on my mama floor. He ain't moved in like 2 days, but he breathing, blah blah blah." My estranged wife now calls me
Mhm.
and says, "Hey, I don't know why you on the floor, but you ain't never got to sleep on nobody's floor. You can come here. This is not us getting back together, but I ain't gonna never have you sleeping on nobody's floor."
That's
Because
a beautiful
you
thing.
you had a wife.
Right,
Now
That's
9
right.
inches.
you can buy me for a dime, because this the woman who I've hurt,
Right,
who I've
Mhm.
disrespected.
right.
I'm out
Yeah.
here doing and these so-called, where the grass is supposed to be greener, could give a
Mhm.
damn if I could have been sleeping under a bridge for all they cared.
Yeah.
So my point being that's another facet to relationships that brothers got to recognize, and sisters as well. If you got a situation that is true, don't think that you can easily replace or replicate that situation.
So
Right.
DMG, could I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
So with what you just said, right? Would you say that when your perspective changed to what it is now, did you start moving differently compared to how you was moving when you was doing wrong, or whatever the right word would be?
100%.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I said, when, not that anybody was disagreeing, that's not what I'm saying, but just I don't want to berate the point.
Right.
But excellent point. Very well spoken.
Thank you for sharing that. The grass is greener where you water it. It's work.
For real. That's
Yo,
facts.
what?
I
Nah,
like
that's big
Oh
facts.
man.
I like
I,
it.
But
no,
you
it's
know
not
what,
corny. It's the truth. The grass is greener
No, no one,
you
no one
take
is
when
no
you
one implying
tend
that
when
is
you take when you take care of it.
right. No one is implying that is corny. I
I mean, it's
just
a little corny, but
well, that's you
oh,
believe it's corny.
and DMG, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, I wanted to tell you about this book that I read. I don't know. I know you might be into mental health. So the name of the book is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Mm.
And I've heard like a lot of different stories about people that have read this book. I met people back in May that have read and studied this book and dealt with stuff like what you was talking about. So it might be something that you want to add to your library to check out.
Yeah, I definitely check it out. I definitely check it out.
All right. Hold on. My man Chris is trying to get back in here, or is it Christina trying to get back in here? Oh, it's Christina. What up, Chris? Um, Hey Chris, so you being from Houston, and Mumu had already commented on it as well. Chris, do you think that if Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, right, and let's say like Nicki, if they wasn't so lewd in the way they present themselves or overly sexualized, do you think Lizzo would have the same confidence in order to say, well, even though I'm a big girl and I'm big, I'm still sexy. I can show my ass too. I could pop my ass. What do you think about that? Or do you think it's just Lizzo just being Lizzo?
No, there will be no place for her because it wouldn't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that space. So you think the fact that over the sexualization of women in the marketplace at this time allows a woman like Lizzo, who wouldn't necessarily, if we put 10 guys in a room, obviously 7 of them, I'm gonna be generous and say 7 is not gonna really like go in Lizzo's direction, right? You know, she's what you would call a niche, you know, taste, right? Or an acquired taste, right? There are some men that, you know, they are literally like, I know Randy's seen them before. There's big and beautiful parties where like black men go into these parties and like date bigger women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, like that was just my take on it. I just wanted to get this, you know, get people's take on it because it made me think of it today because like I say, as men, for example, if I was in Houston, right? I'll never forget one time. It wasn't in Houston. It was actually Dallas, right? I remember I was in Dallas when Tup Tup was still bumping, right? And I seen, remember Tup Tup, if you know Tup Tup from Dallas, that rapper, he had a shag. And I'm sitting there saying, these niggas got shags? Right?
Call it the South Side.
Right. So think about this. What if I would have said, if like, cause like a woman, Randy will admit this, like a woman would do this though. A woman will see a woman with fake lashes and fuzzy slippers and be like, oh, that's the shit. And then she get fake lashes and fuzzy slippers, and then the next woman get fake. Where me, if I saw a man with a shag, I'm just looking at him like, this nigga got a shag?
What?
And I ain't gonna get no shag.
I have to speak up for myself.
Well, yourself. You're one of the
women that I know.
Shit.
I've never looked at a woman with fuzzy slippers and ridiculous eyelashes and thought to myself, ooh, I have to have those 2 items there.
But Randy, you were in the A for a minute. You can't tell me every time you made a right with your car.
Oh, no, right. I saw it all the time.
That's what I'm saying. So that
I never thought to myself.
You never thought
I should walk around with fuzzy slippers and just what's his name? Fluffaluffagus from Sesame Street.
Oh, his eyelashes. Oh my god.
Right. So hey, Mumu, and that's fine. We're not saying big women are or aren't. We do understand though, by American standards though, big women are not highlighted. Now men will have their taste.
European. Yeah.
Well, guess what? American standards none but Western European standards to an extent. We are a little bit heavier on the weight scale, but still we're still under that thing.
I'm gonna speak for myself on this one. I don't care. Whatever you want to do, if it makes you happy,
I'm with it. I'm with that.
Like it, I love it.
I'm the same way.
But my thing is, don't be crying about who don't like what you like.
Right.
I agree.
It's all right.
I agree.
Whoever don't, because my thing is, people, like we said, people are not gonna like you. That's just it. People are gonna love you, and people are not gonna like you. So how about just pay attention to the people that love you?
I agree. I have no quarrels with that. I do think though.
I don't feel bad for you because I don't think you're a victim. So like, kind of keep it for me. That's just that's my take on life. Period. At this point, just I ain't trying to be a victim of nothing or nobody. So when things happen, I just know I created it, and I keep it pushing.
Nah, that's a fact.
All that crying and whining and oh, they're so racist. They are, but why are you paying them attention? You're rich. Who cares? You think if I had Lizzo's money, do you really think I would have popped a bottle of whatever this champagne is niggas like to drink. I would have, as a matter of fact, 'cause I love Rick Ross. So if I had the, what's his shit? Whatever his
Bel Air Rose.
Yeah,
Bel Air
they
Rose.
ain't getting no money. So whatever Rick Ross joint is called, I would have popped that shit because I love me some Rick Ross. I would have popped that shit and had my titties out because that's what I do. I'm Lizzo. Why I care about them racist motherfuckers on whatever they was on talking about me? You don't got nothing to do.
It doesn't matter.
I'm in the studio, bitch.
Yo, this girl's wilding. Yo, Lee Mac, I think DMG fell off for a second, but I do agree with your comment. Well, I can't say I necessarily agree with it, but yes, the sample size of men, if you take a sample size of men in the United States, it probably be what you would call a niche or a fetishized market, right, for Lizzo, and I agree with that to an extent. Listen, some men will and some men won't. Now, I would say if you had, like I say, I do it in 10. So if you put 10 in a room, I would say 70% will probably not rock with Lizzo. You will have a 30%. You will have 3 that will say, you know what, that's just my taste. But you seen what happened when she went to Captain America's DM. That man said, yo, that man was like, thank you, God bless you. I hope you find what you're looking for, but you will not be served on my dinner table tonight, right? Because that's just like what people are, he's Captain America. Could you imagine this man with a 6-pack, ripped, and Captain America on the red carpet with Liz?
But not it be some dudes like that though. That's just what they like.
Randy, come on, stop it.
I'm dead, yo, for real.
I'm with it, Randy. You know, I'm talking about the predominant.
Maybe in a they do that in TV shows and movies to make it seem like that's the reality. See, remember what I was talking about last time?
Right.
Fantasy and romanticism.
Yes.
Bro, that stuff destroys people's minds, bro. It destroys relationships because it don't exist.
But that's the thing. It doesn't exist in your world. I know people where the husband is buff, works out, and the wife ain't, and he loves her.
Right, but he also has a side piece on the other side of town.
That's anecdotal. That's anecdotal, though.
That's very anecdotal, though.
That's anecdotal.
That's very anecdotal, Randy. Yeah, it is, Randy. It is, Randy.
No,
it's very
not.
anecdotal.
No, it's not.
Randy, you know we love you. That one is okay. How many? Okay, no, it's not a no. Okay, how many married couples you know that represent that sample size of a buff guy loving his oversized wife? How many you know?
At least 5 off the top of my head that I could think of.
So you know 5 out of the 10 couples in the world that represent. So you're a blessed young lady.
Thank you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. See, we don't listen. Hey, Randy, this is a safe space.
You think I'm upset? I ain't gonna tell you.
You can't be upset at a dude that wore biking shorts in first grade of school.
No,
what happened?
I said, you know what I am.
Yeah, you're a Gemini. I know you don't care. But yeah, listen, I'm with Chris though. A lot of that is fantasy. Look. Okay, so let's just go back to Randy's point about 5 minutes ago, right? Where she was saying she be at the gym creeping, right? She ain't working out at the gym looking at the fat dude, Chris.
Right. He's not.
I know. I always big him up in my head. Bless up. I'm glad you here.
She like, look. She's like, he's trying. Look at that big buff Bagwell looking nigga.
No, they don't always be big buff Bagwell. They have dad bods. Like I told you the type of dude I like. So they have dad bods. But my thing is, again, my thing is, I know what I like. So even like on these dating sites and all of that, right? When you on them, you really, if you paying attention and you intentional about meeting somebody that you kind of really want to get to know, you pay attention to the shit they say. Like if the dude say he like to go kayaking and all this other goofy shit that I don't want to do, why would I be like, ooh, like me, let's be friends? The fuck for?
Agreed.
Do the shit you like to do.
Welcome, Christina, back to the conversation.
I agree. I run triathlons and I'm always outside and I'm skiing and I'm camping. You know what? I get too eaten up by the bugs outside. I'm not
Right,
camping.
right.
I'm not doing it.
So ladies and gentlemen, paint the picture. Christina lives in Long Island, right? Beautiful,
Yes.
sultry. You see her, yes, right? The Peggy Bundy Italian voice, right? So, hey, Chris, you've seen Christina before. You think she's out there gardening in her backyard with some coochie cutter shorts and a tank top so her neighbors can say, "Oh my God, Miss Senatore." No. Right?
Nah.
Like right. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh.
They have this, like, they pretend that that's what I'm saying. Lizzo is the perfect contradiction because she throws, like, think about it. That spread eagle picture where the inner thigh looked like a burnt tire.
Can we pull that one up? I want to see that.
DMG, I don't even know where DMG is
Where'd
at.
DMG go? I need to see
The-
that.
the-
DMG probably laid up with his
Yeah, he
wife.
probably making love to his wife, like he
Right?
said. But the inner thigh looked like the egg when you scrape it off the pan, right? So
Oh my
tough.
goodness.
That's tough.
All right, that's a
It
gross
does.
hyperbole.
Okay,
That's
okay,
legit
Christina,
your
you at your
opinion,
computer?
like, come
You at
on.
your computer?
I am. I'm at the
Find
computer.
okay, so find the picture of
Because
Lizzo's. Go to find the picture of Lizzo's. Hold on, Randy.
I'm
Find the
not
Lizzo.
me. So
Find
the
find
inside
the
of my
Lizzo.
thighs look just like Lizzo.
Good, and
Let's
I'll put
keep
honey
it up.
mustard on them. But listen, find the picture of Lizzo, right?
Okay.
Spread eagle and share your screen. Just try to
Okay,
share your
hold-
screen, and I'm gonna put it up there.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, let me. All right, talk amongst yourselves, and I'm gonna try to
Talking
work on
about
this.
this is look at that. Look at the school. Look at the school counselor. We got two teachers up here. We got a school
Turn-
counselor and a teacher.
Turn and talk. Turn and talk
Yeah.
about it. Yes, that's
So
what we
so
do.
Randy, listen. Once again, I'm not disputing that. You're always gonna find exceptions to any rule, right? But for the most part, you and I know, Randy, like, if given a
But
pick of
my
the
thing
litter,
is, Dre, my thing is this here. The people and the women that we're talking about and referring to are women who post pictures most of the time of themselves, airbrushed and whatever else, whatever they do to the pictures, I don't know.
right?
But whatever they do, like, that's what we're talking about. So the average man, we got to have a conversation about the average man. Now, granted, the average man will want something like that, but the reality of it is that's not what he getting, and he knows that.
I agree with.
And
Listen,
he knows that.
I totally
So
agree with that. I don't.
The whole thought process or the premise of, like, I remember I said to somebody, I said, yo, honestly, when I was, like, really out here trying to date and all of that, this shit is exhausting. It's exhausting to even remotely promote the image close to what the fuck you see on social media. It is exhausting and it's ridiculously expensive.
I
So
agree.
it's not nothing that's for the faint. So you can't be faint, you can't be weak, you can't be none of that, especially if you out here in that world. Like, literally, I call it the Matrix at this point.
Okay.
And what's the pill from the Matrix? The blue one or the red one?
The
when
red
you
or
get
the
out?
blue? I
It's
think
the
it's
blue one, ain't
the
it?
blue one, yeah.
Yeah, so I've taken the blue pill. So I'm not beat for none of this shit.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm looking for. And if I don't know what I'm looking for, I'm going to tell you I don't know what I'm looking for. When it happened, I'm going to know, and you going to know. All this other shit is goofy. And that's it, like 100%. Like, I feel like a lot of the conversation, it just be fluff. Like, what do you want? All this other shit you doing, running around lying. So I don't got time for all of that. Lie to you? What? I don't lie to myself. So why am I saying lie to you?
I love Randy, man. Randy is our keep it real woman on anytime we do the show. When Christina does this therapist shuffle and all the other women we had up there do something, Randy always comes with the fastball, 98 miles an hour, right down the pipe for the strike. I love that about her. This is why Randy belong at my polygamy camp.
And I already told you, I help you run it. I'll be your secretary, but I ain't
Right. You gotta listen.
either.
If you enter them pearly gates, if I turn off the electric fence for you to come in, you one of the sister wives.
Hey, yo,
That's
check
just
this
what-
out. Like I told you before, if I could live, if you gonna have me living how Bill had his 3 wives living, I don't gotta live with nobody. I got
You
my
gonna live
own
better
space.
than that.
We got a communal yard, and when we got to be together, I could probably do the shit and be real happy because you already know I'm a teacher.
Right.
So them kids gonna learn. Everybody come to school.
Ain't gonna be no kids now. Look, kids
ain't
gonna be no kids now. There ain't gonna be no kids. We doing the Lord's work. We ain't making no kids now. You know, kids is the number one killer of black men in America.
Cause now you got that's a whole nother conversation. Cause now if you want me to be a polygamist, you can't be out here like that shit that they got going on TLC. I don't really know what them people be doing.
Yeah, that's the devil. We doing God's work over here, baby. So we gonna do some group activities. You
gotta procreate if you doing God's work.
No, I don't know what you talking about.
From the perspective of what you talking about, you gotta do God's. If that's what you feel God's work is, that's what your seed gonna bring. God's work.
No. We gotta mute Randy's mic. Hey, Christina, did you find the picture?
So you know, I can't pull off sharing the screen, but I did send you the link.
You can't pull it off though.
I don't know how to do it.
You can. Okay, hold on.
I don't know how to do it.
Let me show you, because I'm doing it. I'm doing this from another.
I know. I texted it to you, but it's like a guy talking about it. Like I couldn't just get the video. But
you don't need the video. You could just pull up the picture.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say you can share your screen. You can just pull up the picture for illustration purposes.
Okay.
What's the picture, Roger?
Of Lizzo spray eagle.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, this is terrible.
She said this is terrible. Hey, Christina, was I lying? Does the inner thigh look like burnt rubber or not?
I didn't even do
that because my inner thigh look like burnt rubber.
Randy,
you know what?
Randy, we will put honey mustard all over. Don't worry about it, girl. We got plans for those.
Don't do Lizzo like that. Don't do.
I'm not picking on. Okay, let's find. I don't know where Christina went, but look.
I love you, Lizzo.
Yo, Chris,
Yo.
Randy went from cursing Lizzo out for crying to saying, I love you, Lizzo.
Yo, I ain't cursed that girl out. I told her she need a new team.
This has been a very good first episode of Andre After Dark, man.
And they will hear that I never talked about Liz. I love
Randy.
That's my shit.
Randy,
it's about their time. In a minute, I'm gonna need a sentimental pump.
Randy, don't you think though that
what is going on?
Yo.
What's going on with Randy, bro?
Randy, don't you think though don't you see a lot of people that whether they're in politics or entertainment or music, whatever, like you wonder, like, why did their team okay this? Like, this is like, do you think that Lizzo's like, no, this is what I'm doing?
Maybe that's Lizzo's plan though. Maybe she's just she's a shock. She's giving you shock.
Well, that's what I can't share it because I keep throwing myself off and trying to share it at the same time.
Yeah, it's okay.
But why is everyone getting so excited about like the dark in between? Like, isn't it darker there? Like for everybody else?
So
I don't understand.
So you don't see two different color spectrums in there? Like I'm talking about like total.
I didn't see it yet. I didn't even see it.
I'm gonna send it to you after because it's almost we've been on for an hour and a half, and I know everybody is getting.
I'm dying
tired.
to see it now.
Yeah, Randy is Randy's is.
Yo, I'm having a great day, y'all.
Listen, as long as you have fun, man.
Yo, I'm having a ball. Why do you think I say what I'm having a ball?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate Randy for coming on because I wanted women's. Because, like I say, this is no way Lizzo bashing as far as her size. Like, I'm not. That's just not my style.
I love you, Lizzo.
She loves Lizzo, and
there's a market for everything, man.
There's a market for everything, man.
Yeah.
It's just a bad look for her to cry like that.
Yeah,
like
I definitely wouldn't have cried on video though.
Never. For anyone. You know, for anyone to
especially
to do that.
I'm an ugly crier. At least she was pretty. She was a pretty crier.
Yeah, she really was.
She was
her makeup
crier. Like, I look horrible.
Yeah.
So crying on video, absolutely not. At least she was beautiful. Chance. Makeup was nice and everything. She was really beautiful. So
I think Lizzo is a naturally attractive woman as far as her facial features.
Yo, and she's talented. Yo, she's like a genius. Have you ever heard her play the flute?
Yeah, she is. I can't.
Brilliant.
Listen,
what does she play?
The flute.
Can't flex.
She's a
flute.
Yeah. What do you call a flutist?
A flutist.
A clarinet or
flautist.
flute?
No, a flute.
She plays the flute, right?
I think it's called. But no, that's a clarinet.
Oh, wow.
But no, she plays the flute, yo, and she's bad.
Randy
Yo,
has a soft spot for her because Randy's an instrumentalist herself.
yes,
Piano,
like
right?
she's bad. Like it's not a game. Like she know her shit. It's
Yo,
not a game.
Randy
She's
played
talented.
let me see how good my memory is. Randy played the piano, the trombone,
Yes. Tuba.
the tuba. Yo, I remember
Baritone.
I tried to kick it to Randy. She just like hit me in the gut right with the trombone. Like, burr! I was like, oh, like, yo, man. Randy's you're a Gemini for real. Because not only are you are educator, but you are instrumental. Like, you really are Gemini. You all over the place with it. That's
Yes,
dope.
I'm very creative. It's gonna be great. There's some great things happening. I don't really know how they're all happening, but there really are some great things happening.
That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to
Fantastic.
see these great things happen, please come to the Andre School of Financial Literacy.
You're
No,
a May or
don't listen
June
to him,
Gemini.
y'all.
Randy will
Oh
be.
my
What he's
goodness.
talking about.
Here we go.
You're a May or June Gemini.
I'm a June Gemini.
She
June,
a
actually,
true
me
one.
That's a
and
true
Donald
Gemini.
Trump share birthday, yo. My birthday, June 14th.
Wow.
I mean, y'all all crazy, but June Geminis is, kind of more chill.
They
Yeah, I'm
are.
about to say,
I give June Geminis. They're a little bit more chill. They're a
I'm
little bit more
very
chill.
mild mannered. Like one of my girlfriends, we're both June Geminis, and she's like, "You are not a Gemini." Oh my god, because like she like, oh my god, and I'm just like, the thing is, I've always been pretty chill. Like my mother will even tell you, as a kid, honestly, I had the same facial expression since I was a baby for the most part.
Yeah, Randy. From my experiences with Randy, like she's a. I always said this to Randy, even before she moved down south. Like, yo, you're a different Gemini than most that I know,
Yeah,
especially on the female end.
I don't be on no goofy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be on some goofy shit. I did. I ain't even gonna front. I got a lot of stories I can tell. I ain't gonna lie.
Hilarious, yo. But yo, thank y'all for tuning in on the first episode of Andre After Dark. We had my brother Chris and Christina and Randy and DMG join us to discuss would Lizzo exist if Cardi B and Meagan Thee Stallion didn't in this space, in this overly sexualized space. So the one thing we came up with, like Chris said, there's a market for everything. And like Randy said, like, yo, she don't mind her showing none of that as long as she don't cry afterwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm neutral. I just wanted to like highlight that because I think it also plays in a part, like I say, Nike has a big, beautiful women collection. And when you're a fat guy at the gym, then guess what you are? A fat guy at the gym. You're not like a big, beautiful black man at the gym, So I think
and as a shapely woman, I'm grateful that they have that because it's been a long time coming. I
always think they had big and tall.
I couldn't fit my smallest. I couldn't wear things out of certain places.
Right.
So I'm glad that they're paying attention to big and curvy women. Not that I'm not super big, but I'm a curvy woman. So
yeah, you doing you do your
Geminis
workout.
do be thick though.
Yes, they do. Thicker
They
than a
do
gold
be
plate
thick
of
though. I
Snickers.
ain't gonna lie about
Yo,
that.
Geminis, Lord
Yeah.
Jesus.
well, thank you.
I'm telling you,
I'm
boy.
gonna say thank you on behalf of all of us. I will. I'm not.
She said I want to thank my mama and Jesus and the rest of
I want to thank my mama and my daddy because I got my height from my daddy and I got my looks from my mama. Thank God.
Yo, Randy was 6 foot in the 4th grade.
Shut up. Now, word is bond. One of my pops, my bonus dad, one of his best friends, because he been around since I was 5. And one of his best friends used to call me Green Giant, yo. I couldn't
Oh my
stand
goodness.
it.
Aw.
Couldn't stand it,
Randy,
yo,
but
for
see,
real.
Randy, the thing about Randy, by her always being in athletics, Randy would be the first person when we play basketball to come join us.
Oh,
She'd be the first. Before most of the dudes, Randy'd be there.
Yo,
Randy
I
would be
called
balling.
the WNBA when we was like in the 5th grade, my nigga.
Randy,
we
you
was
are
all walking
wildin'.
home together.
Randy,
and we was
you are
all
wildin'.
talking about what we was gonna be. And I was like, I'm gonna be in the first woman NBA. It's gonna be one. And all y'all niggas like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. And then granted, I can't tell you how many WNBA games I've ever watched. But
yo, Randy is wild, man. Randy, this is why Randy's my homie, man. I really appreciate her because she's like me. If I'm transparent enough to tell you I wore biking shorts in first grade, Randy is also transparent to tell you that she was 6'2" in the fourth grade. So,
Never.
you know,
6'2".
Bye. I'm done.
Just grew
I'm
2
done.
inches.
Shout out to my man Callie who commented. But yeah, I mean that's all we were talking about today. We was just trying to illustrate that did her confidence to show off her goodies at any random moment come from the fact that every other woman in music is kind of overly sexualized and that's the marketplace, or is it just her just being so like, yo, I'm big, beautiful, accept me and love me? So I thought that was a good conversation for our first Andre After Dark.
Absolutely.
You know, I think episode 2 tomorrow, if y'all free, if we want to do a little something, we'll talk about why women ghost men more than men go. Because we got into that today, but
I'm
need
excited to do this, nigga. I'm coming with research. Coming with research.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna keep talking about because I'm out here being I was not no more.
You know what? No, you know what? Tomorrow we'll discuss this. Men change when they get what they want, and women change when they don't.
Nah, yeah, we can talk about it.
We can talk about that because I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna be the opposite of what you're talking about. Women do so.
Oh, you are? Well, ain't that a bitch? All right, so we'll break this down. And y'all send me the link to that. Matter of fact, I'll send you the picture, Christine, as soon as we get off. But
sounds good.
All right, so we've been on for 1 hour and 30, so we'll end it right here, y'all.
All right.
All right.
My
have a beautiful rest of the week, y'all.
Have a good night.
Randy,
Take
man,
care.
Randy, the school is waiting for you. Okay,
Bye.
thank you.
Whatever, yo. Be safe.